Well, I did a little bit of digging because I don't give a fuck about this sort of stuff. And I found some potential scenes on Reddit.
Okay.
From the ending of this show. Do you want me to share them with you?
I mean, I don't. Sure.
All right, these are great Chris Pratt impressions, by the way.
What do you mean?
I found some stuff where people said allegedly there's like they posted some snippets from apparently some potential leaks from the show.
I mean, I don't know. Sure.
All right. I'm going to read them.
Spoiler warning for Pokemon
and we
fans.
can talk spoiler. All right, we can read them and you can tell me what you think. All right. So I don't know anything about this, so you're going to have to tell me if this is good at all. I don't know. All right. So here we go. Right. Pikachu sat on the grassy field, panting heavily.
Nope, Pikachu doesn't sit. This is bullshit. Pikachu has never sat once in the entire.
All right, first red flag. First red flag right there, sitting on the field. Okay, we know this is problematic. Here we go. Pikachu sat on the grassy field, panting heavily and looking rather disgruntled. His opponent, a Bulbasaur, lay unconscious on the ground a few feet away with a smug grin on its face. Ash, Pikachu's trainer, approached with a proud grin on his face. Great job, Pikachu! Ash exclaimed, holding out a small red and white ball. Come on back!
Great job, Pikachu!
Come on back now! But as Ash reached for Pikachu's tail, the electric mouse suddenly stood up and backed away. Its black eyes narrowed, and it let out a fierce growl. Pikachu? What's wrong? Ash asked, his smile fading. I don't want to do this anymore, Pikachu said, its voice surprisingly clear and concise. I hate fighting other Pokemon. It hurts them, and it hurts me. Plus, I'm just really tired of losing to Bulbasaur all the time. Can't we just go home and eat some pizza or something? Ash stared at Pikachu in shock. Sure, Pikachu, we can do that, but what about all of our other battles and adventures? Pikachu shrugged. I don't know, man. Maybe we can just retire and open up a pizza shop or something. Or better yet, a Poke Pizza hybrid restaurant. That could be pretty cool, right? Ash chuckled and shook his head. Okay, Pikachu, let's go home and think about our options. But no more battling for now. Got it? Pikachu nodded eagerly. Deal. Now let's get some pizza before I change my mind. And with that, the two friends turned and headed back home, leaving the defeated Bulbasaur in their wake.
I mean, Pikachu has canonically spoken, so I buy this, yes.
Okay. I mean, he says Pikachu, I know that. Does he say anything else?
Yeah. There are a couple of Pokemon that can speak English, and one time in an alternate universe, Ash's Pikachu has spoken English.
What did he say? Please say it was like shit.
I love you, Ash, or something like that.
I love you, Ash.
I love
you. I love you, Ash. So what do you think? Does that seem real, or is that probably made up?
I think it's probably at least 30% likely.
Okay. Probably the pizza part sounds probably the most likely.
Yes. Ash is into food, so I don't think he would be against opening some sort of restaurant when he gets tired of battling.
Okay. I love that first thing. Like, first of all, Pikachu doesn't sit. That's bullshit. Calling it out now. That's false. So, all right. Here's the other one. Other one. I don't know. You let me know. I think you kind of hinted at this before, so I'll be interested to get your thoughts on this. So, Ash Ketchum woke up with a start, panting and covered in sweat. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, that something was wrong. He looked around and saw he was in his bedroom, but it didn't feel like his bedroom. It felt too clean, too organized. And where was Pikachu? Ash sat up and swung his legs over the edge of the bed, trying to shake off the strange feeling. He stood up and walked over to the window, pulling back the curtains to let in some light. As he looked out at the world outside, he couldn't help but feel like something was terribly wrong. Suddenly, a voice called out to him from behind. Ash, are you awake yet? Ash turned around to see an old man standing in the doorway, a kind smile on his face. Who are you? Ash asked, his heart racing. The old man chuckled. It's me, Ash. Don't you recognize me as Professor Oak? Ash's eyes widened in shock as he looked at the old man in front of him. Professor Oak? But he had been a young man just a few hours ago. What was going on? Ash, I know this must be a shock to you, Professor Oak said, his voice gentle. But I'm afraid I have some news for you. The entire world of Pokemon, all of your adventures, they were just a dream. Ash's head spun as he tried to process this information. A dream? That couldn't be right. It all felt so real. But then, what am I doing here? Ash asked, his voice shaking. You're an 80-year-old man, Ash, Professor Oak said with a sad smile. You've been working at Disney World for the last 60 years, and unfortunately your time is running out. You don't have much longer to live. Ash's legs gave out beneath him as he collapsed to the floor, tears streaming down his face. It was all a dream. All of it. The adventures, the battles, the friends he had made. They had all been nothing more than a dream. As he sat there feeling lost and alone, Ash couldn't help but wonder what his life would have been like if he had never fallen asleep and entered the world of Pokemon. Would he have been happy? Would he have found a way to live out his dreams without the help of his beloved Pokemon? As tears continued to flow, Ash knew that he would never know the answers to these questions. All he could do now was cherish the memories of his time in the world of Pokemon and hope that, somehow, he could find a way to be at peace with the fact that it had all just been a dream. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's like a 30% chance that could be that could happen.
The Disney
anyway,
World part.
Spoilers over. Spoilers over. Yeah, that has been kind of like the leading thing as to why Ash has been 10 all this time, but why time continues to pass in the show, because all of his adventures have still canonically happened. So he starts in his hometown of like his home region of Kanto. He does the entire thing there. He goes to the next country. He does his entire thing there. He goes to the next, goes to the next, goes to the next. And all of these things have still happened, but he's never had a birthday. Like, he has gone back and has made friends. He's gone back and people have been like, oh, you're the champion of this region. He's gone back and have met his Pokemon from the previous regions. And they all like remember him. He's like, yes, all of these adventures did happen. But the time is still passing. He's still doing more. He's still going on and like continuing. So that is why that theory came about, that Ash has just been in a coma in the real world or whatever. And it's just like, he's like brain dead, and that's like just his fantasy.
How pissed would you be if that was how it really was? It seems like such a schlocky way to do things. That happened one time in a show decades ago, where it's like this whole show was in the imagination of an autistic kid. Like it's like, what? That's crazy.
I'm in.
You know,
I'm cool with it.
You're down with it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'd be happy.
So full disclosure, these are two things I had ChaptGPT put up for me.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
The first one was a prompt: write a scene from a Pokemon episode where Pikachu becomes self-aware and tells Ash that he hates fighting other Pokemon. The first version of it was incredibly depressing, and I was like, make it funnier. And so that's where the pizza part came from. And the second one was write a scene from an episode of Pokemon where Ash realizes that the entire world of Pokemon has been a dream and he's actually an 80-year-old man working at Disney World. And that's what
I would have totally believed that these were from Reddit.
Yeah.
That's very good.